Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my history of the 24/7 Championship video part 2. Um, I know I wanted to make this a series, but this is only part 2, and it really hasn't been much of a series as of late because the last video I did of the series was on July 7th, 2019, and I apologize for that. But what happened pretty much was, also it depends on, too, I don't know how consistently I can do this because it also depends how often, the title changes hands and stuff like that. And also, Video 2000 was coming out, so I kind of had to put all my focus on working on that, so I couldn't really make the videos. So that's kind of what it was, but it's been a while since I've done it. A lot of title changes have happened, so I figured that I would, you know, make the video part 2 of it since a lot's happened since then. And pretty much how this is structured is, I basically just say the history of the title. I say, like, um, who the champions have been, how many champions there have been, and kind of talk about some facts about it, like the youngest champion, the oldest champion, and things like that. Um, so that's pretty much that. How often I'm gonna do this, I really don't know. Like I said, it depends on how often the title changes hand. The title changes hands. Um, so that kind of depends on that. Uh, the goal though is to at least do it once a month, whether that's towards the beginning or the end of the month, depending on how often the title changes. So I'm gonna do this. You know, so let's get right started. So pretty much, the title. We had found out that during the 2019 Money in the Bank pay per view, which took place on May 19th, that there was going to be that Mick Foley was going to show up and unveil a new championship, and um, we didn't really know what it was, but everyone had to sneak in suspicion that it was going to be um, the Hardcore Championship, which everyone had wanted it to be. And I didn't see the early stages too of the 24/7 title because that's when WWE was building up to Super Showdown and that crappy Saudi Arabia show. So I didn't really want to be a part of that. So that's pretty much that. But I know it now from actually watching it. Without give supporting the Saudi Arabia stuff and reading on it and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, we didn't really know what the title was going to be, but everyone had wanted the Hardcore Championship. Um, and um, yeah, pretty much the segment happened, and Mick Foley unveiled it, and it was the 24/7 Championship, which pretty much gets defended 24/7. Hence the name, the 24/7 Championship. Um, Pretty much you have to defend this title 24 hours and 7 days a week. Um, Anywhere you can, um, be sleeping and lose it. You could be eating and losing it. You could be on a plane. You could, about to skydive and have to defend it. Pretty much no matter where you are, you have to defend this title. And this title is open to all the brands. It's open to superstars from Raw, SmackDown Live, 205 Live, NXT UK, and NXT. And also legends and celebrities can challenge for this championship. Um, so that's pretty much that. We found out more so though why they did this title because WWE's ratings were tanking around this time. So USA Network came up with this idea so that way they could build some excitement into Raw and SmackDown Live. So that's why they came up with this idea to have this championship. So, yeah, that was pretty much that. We saw the title. I'll give my thoughts on the title. I don't really think the title. I think the title's ugly as hell. It looks like something that was just thrown together within a week. So I really don't like that. But that's neither here or there. So what Mick Foley did was he decided to have a scramble where pretty much he dropped the title in the ring, and whoever got to it first would become the champion. So the superstars came out, and the superstars were, um, you know, um, Titus O'Neil, Cedric Alexander, Drake Maverick, EC3, Eric Young, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Mojo Rawley, and No Way Jose. And everyone had to fight for the title. Eventually, it came down to Titus O'Neil and Drake Maverick, and he picked up Drake Maverick, tossed him out of the ring, and Titus O'Neil grabbed the championship and became the first ever 24/7 champion. And as he was celebrating with the championship, he got ambushed from Robert Roode from behind. And all of this too took place on Raw, May 20th, 2019, at Albany, New York. And Robert Roode ambushed Titus O'Neil from behind, rolled him up on the stage, or the entrance ramp, um, and won the championship, and he became the 24/7 champion. And then backstage, in the parking lot, Robert Roode was trying to get away from all of the wrestlers that had come out in the scramble, and R-Truth came in, and he hit Robert Roode in the trunk, so that and sent the superstars away. And Robert Roode was about to get into the car, but he saw that there was a referee in there, and R-Truth rolled him up and won the 24/7 championship. Uh, and that was pretty much that. And then that was pretty much everything that kind of took place from there. Um, and then on May 28th, 2019, on SmackDown Live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, during a segment between Shane McMahon, Drew McIntyre, and Elias, R-Truth just happened to pop up, and they attacked R-Truth. Drew McIntyre hit him with a Claymore kick, and there was a referee in the ring, and Elias covered R-Truth, and he became the 24/7 champion. And then Shane McMahon suspended the rules of the 24/7 championship, for that night. As a tag team match was going on between Roman Reigns and R-Truth versus Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon. And after the match ended, Roman Reigns again laid out Elias with the spear, and he told R-Truth to cover him. R-Truth covered him, and he became the new and first ever two-time 24/7 champion. And then on June 2nd, 2019, at a golfing session, which was done at an unidentified golf course, R-Truth and Carmella were both playing golf, and R-Truth was about to make a putt. Well, obviously, I don't watch golf, so I don't know golf terms. But Jinder Mahal ambushed R-Truth, rolled him up, and won the 24/7 championship. And Carmella then distracted Jinder Mahal, allowing R-Truth to roll him up again, and he became the new and first ever three-time 24/7 champion, and he ended up escaping on his golf cart. Um, and then on June 4th, 2019, on SmackDown Live at Laredo, Texas, Elias faced R-Truth in a lumberjack match and beat R-Truth in a lumberjack match to become a two-time 24/7 champion. And then all this commotion was going on because they had suspended the rule since Elias was defending the 24/7 championship. R-Truth and Elias kind of came face to face with each other, and they went underneath the ring, and we didn't really know what happened. We just heard some type of commotion go down, but we assumed that R-Truth either pinned or submitted Elias and won the 24/7 championship, becoming the first ever four-time 24/7 champion. So yeah, R-Truth became the first ever four-time 24/7 champion. And then on June 2019, during a flight to Saudi Arabia, which took place in Frankfurt, Germany, R-Truth was on his cell phone, talking to somebody, and Jinder Mahal came out of the plane, ambushed R-Truth, and rolled him up, and won the 24/7 championship. It became a two-time 24/7 champion. And then on the same day, at the same place, 39,000 feet above the Red Sea, R-Truth was going around looking for Jinder Mahal, and while Jinder Mahal was sleeping, he pinned him and won the 24/7 championship. And then all the superstars realized it and chased R-Truth in the plane and to try to beat him for the 24/7 champion. And R-Truth became the first ever five-time 24/7 champion. And then on June 18th, 2019, on SmackDown Live in Ontario, California, while R-Truth was escaping from everybody, he called an Uber, and an Uber was a referee. And we see that Drake Maverick was disguised as Carmella, and R-Truth tried to escape, but Drake Maverick rolled him up and used the call for leverage and won the 24/7 championship. And then he escaped in the car and took off. And then on June 20th, 2019, during Drake Maverick's wedding in Orlando, Florida, R-Truth, after Drake Maverick had married Renee Michelle, when they went to walk back from down the aisle, and we saw that a referee was there, and R-Truth rolled him up and won the 24/7 championship, and he ended up taking off, becoming the first ever 6-time 24/7 champion. And then on June 24th, 2019, on an episode of Raw that took place in Everett, Washington, a match was supposed to take place between Heath Slater and Mojo Rawley, and R-Truth went in because he had been chased earlier in the night by various superstars to win that 24/7 championship. And during all the commotion, Heath Slater hit a neck breaker on R-Truth, pinned him, and won the 24/7 championship. And then Heath Slater tried to escape with the title, escaping various superstars, but then R-Truth laid him out with the lie detector, or the little Jimmy, whatever he calls it now, pinned him, and won the 24/7 championship, becoming the first ever 7-time 24/7 champion. And then Cedric Alexander popped up, hit R-Truth with the lumbar check, and won the 24/7 championship. And then he tried to escape with the title, but then EC3 attacked him, hit the 1%er on him, covered him, and won the 24/7 championship. But then Carmella distracted EC3, and then R-Truth popped up behind him, pinned him on the stage, and won the 24/7 championship, becoming the first ever 8-time 24/7 champion, which was cool. And then on July 1st, 2019, on an episode of Raw in Dallas, Texas, when R-Truth was also escaping various superstars, he ran into Drake Maverick backstage, and Drake Maverick hit him with the suitcase, covered him, and won the 24/7 championship. It became a 2-time 24/7 champion. And this was also that Drake Maverick consummate his marriage. He had been trying to win the 24/7 title so he could consummate his marriage, and they were about to, consummate his marriage on July 15th, 2019, in Drake Maverick's hotel room in Uniondale, New York. But someone came in disguised as, I forget what they call it, but whatever a hotel person would be. And we found out it was really a referee, and R-Truth showed up, jumped into the bed, pinned R-Truth, and won the 24/7 championship, which was cool. So he became the first ever 9-time 24/7 champion. And then on July 22nd, 2019, on Raw Reunion in Tampa, Florida, when R-Truth and Carmella were being interviewed, Renee Michelle came up and confronted them, and Drake Maverick used this distraction to roll up R-Truth and won the 24/7 championship, becoming a 3-time 24/7 champion. And throughout the night, this title had changed hands. This is probably the most that the championship has changed hands. Drake Maverick was trying to escape so that way he could go consummate his marriage, but then he ran into the boogeyman backstage, and he saw, his worms in a suitcase, and the boogeyman scared him, and he tripped. And Pat Patterson popped up, and he put his foot over him and pinned him and won the 24/7 championship, becoming the first legend to win the 24/7 championship. And then later on in the night, we see that backstage, Pat Patterson had been pinned by Gerald Briscoe, and Gerald Briscoe pinned him, but we didn't see it. It was off camera, and won the 24/7 championship. And he went on and celebrated. He saw Kelly, and Kelly hugged and congratulated him, but really she just low blowed him. and pinned him and won the 24/7 championship, becoming the first woman to win the 24/7 championship. And she took off, and then she came up and you know showed Candice Michelle because she was happy about this, and she was talking to Melina and Naomi, and we find out that Melina officially got licensed to be a referee. So um, Candice Michelle attacked Kelly, threw her like into some crap backstage, pinned her, and won the 24/7 championship. Um, and then afterwards, Alundra Blaze popped up, put her into a $1 million dream, and Candice Michelle tapped out, and she ended up winning the 24/7 championship. And then later on in the night, Alundra Blaze went out to the ring and was about to dump the 24/7 championship in the trash, like she did with the WWF Women's Championship back in WCW Monday Nitro. But the $1 million man Ted DiBiase came out and he bought the 24/7 championship and won it. Similar to when he tried to do this back at the main event with the WWF Championship. Um, and then later on in the night, backstage, he was going into a limousine, and we hear him being attacked. And Drake Maverick had pinned him and won the 24/7 championship, becoming a four-time 24/7 champion. And then, Drake Maverick then got chased by various superstars, and he was about to go into to the limousine and drive off. But Truth tried to roll him up, but Renee Michelle was holding his hands, and you know, Carmella kicked their hands, and caused Drake Maverick to fall, and rolled up Drake Maverick, and R-Truth won the 24/7 championship, becoming the first ever 10-time 24/7 champion, and escaped with the title. And then on July 29th, 2019, on Raw in Little Rock, Arizona, after a Mosh Pit mixed tag team match between R-Truth and Carmella versus Renee Michelle and Drake Maverick. All the Mosh Pit superstars rushed the ring to pin R-Truth, and they all stacked up on top of him. But we find out that it was actually Mike Kanellis that got the pinfall, and Mike Kanellis won, and he became the new 24/7 champion. And then he ran backstage to get away from everybody, and his wife, Maria Kanellis, forced him to lay down, and she pinned him and won the 24/7 championship, becoming the first ever, pregnant champion in WWE. And then on August 5th, 2019, at Maria Kanellis' OBGYN appointment in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We find out that it was a trap. Mike Kanellis had tricked her. He was hugging her, and the person that was the doctor was really a referee, and he covered her. And Mike Kanellis won the 24/7 championship, becoming a two-time 24/7 champion. And then R-Truth disguised as a pregnant woman, threw the baby, which was really a doll, at him, and he rolled him up, and he won the 24/7 championship. And this was during the appointment, and he became the first ever 11-time 24/7 champion. And then on August 12th, 2019, on an episode of Monday Night Raw in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, during a match between the Revival and versus Grand Metalik and Lince Dorado, R-Truth ran out and caused the match to kind of be thrown out, and the Revival hit the heart attack on R-Truth, covered him, and they both covered him, and they both became co-24/7 champions, and they were like the first co-24/7 champions ever. And melee continued to ensue. Kalisto hit Dawson with a Salida del Sol, and he tried to pin him, but he got pulled out by Dash. And Carmella put R-Truth onto Dawson, and R-Truth pinned him, and he won the 24/7 championship, becoming the first ever 12-time 24/7 champion. And then they went backstage, and they were celebrating, and then Elias popped up, hit him right across the back with the guitar, and pinned him and won the 24/7 championship, and he became a 3-time 24/7 champion. And then on August 23rd, 2019, at Fox Sports Founders Day in Los Angeles, California, when Elias went to perform a song. Um, he was distracted by Drake Maverick, who was trying to get in and win the title, but R-Truth popped up on the stage, rolled him up, and won the 24/7 championship, and he got chased around by Drake Maverick afterwards. And then on the same day at Fox College Football in Los Angeles, California, we see like a bunch of football panelists talking, and R-Truth comes up to them and he talks to them, and one of them was Rob Stone, who's like a huge professional wrestling fan, and R-Truth tripped, and Rob Stone covered him and won the 24/7 championship, become the first ever celebrity to win the 24/7 championship. Um, and he was celebrated, and then Elias popped up, rolled him up, and won the 24/7 championship, becoming um, you know, um, becoming a four-time 24/7 champion, and R-Truth was a 13-time world 24/7 champion by this point. And then on August 27th, 2019, on SmackDown Live at Baton Rouge, Los Angeles, doing a segment where Elias, was cutting a promo, talking about how he was going to win the King of the Ring tournament. Kevin Owens popped up and attacked him, hit the stunner on him inside the ring, and he walked away. And R-Truth came in and tried to pin him to win the title, but then Drake Maverick, who was hiding under the ring all night, popped up, pulled R-Truth out, and he covered Elias, and he became the 24/7 champion, becoming a five-time 24/7 champion. And then on September 3rd, 2019, on SmackDown Live in Norfolk, Virginia, Drake Maverick was being attacked by various superstars backstage, and he got rolled up by Bo Dallas, and he won, and he became the new 24/7 champion. Then later on in the night, various superstars were trying to attack Bo Dallas, but then Drake Maverick finally rolled him up, and he won the 24/7 championship in the ring, and he became a six-time 24/7 champion. And then up on the stage, R-Truth was disguised, as like a lamppost, as part of the King of the Ring attire, and he popped up and he rolled up Drake Maverick and won the 24/7 championship, becoming a 14-time and the first ever 14-time 24/7 champion. And that's pretty much all of the 24/7 champions. And as going over the list of things, so as of September 8th, 2019. Oh no, I gotta plug my computer in before I do this because I realize it's gonna die. But yeah, as of September 8th, 2019, there have been 43 reigns between 21 different people. R-Truth has the most at 14. Only four wrestlers have held the title longer than a day, being R-Truth, Elias, Maria Kanellis, and Drake Maverick. And Drake Maverick has the longest reign at 14 days, but it's recognized by WWE at 13 days. Jinder Mahal has the shortest reign, which lasted only 11 seconds. And Pat Patterson is the oldest champion at 78 years old. And he's also the oldest title holder in WWE history. And Bo Dallas is the youngest champion at 29 years and 100 days. And Kelly Kelly is the first woman to have won the title. The Revival are the first tag team are the only tag team to win the title, but the first one, being recognized as co-champions. And Fox Sports host Rob Stone is the only celebrity to have won the title. And other things that you should know: the current champion as of right now is R-Truth. The first champion is Titus O'Neil. The first female champion is Kelly Kelly. The first two-time champion is R-Truth. The first co-champions, like I just said, is the Revival. The first Sportcaster champions are Rob Stone, and the first Hall of Fame champions Pat Patterson, and the first pregnant champion is Maria Kanellis. And that's basically everything that you need to know about the 24/7 championship in a nutshell. Overall, I've enjoyed the title. It's been fairly entertaining. I didn't enjoy it that much at first because it just kind of felt like it was something that was just kind of thrown together. The title was ugly. Um, but, you know, the more segments that they do, the fact that they're like the highest rated segment on either Raw or SmackDown Live, um, and the most watched then um, on WWE's social media pages. Um, I actually thoroughly you know enjoy that. And if it's getting people to watch, I would keep using it. Um, and it is entertaining. Like it causes WWE to kind of have to be creative and kind of think of stuff like having a title change hands during somebody's wedding, the stuff that they did at the Raw reunion show. R-Truth and Drake Maverick just really make this title mean something. Um, it's had some lowlights though. Like I don't really like the fact that we don't really ever really see it that much on like 205 Live, NXT, and NXT UK. I kind of wish we could. Maybe a little bit, even if it's because I feel like they could do the comedy fairly well. Um, no, I didn't really like the fact that they had that segment where they had like superstars running on the airplane, um, because that's kind of dangerous. Because they tell you not to do that on an airplane because it can lead to, um, stuff happening. And I don't really like the way the first champion was crowned that he via that scramble. That was just really sloppy and really stupid. I wish they had just done something different to crown a champion, like do a battle royal or a ladder match or something like that. Um, something cool. Um, I wish we could see maybe like a little bit like them legitimately have a match for the title, and they don't really do a good job explaining why someone like Kevin Owens or Roman Reigns or Drew McIntyre would want to go after this title. It's always kind of a lower tier guys, and I get that's kind of the point, but they should give a reason. At least I think so. And um, one thing I don't like is they should make a reason to want to be the champion because I heard people talk about this where you're basically the champion just to get chased around all the time, and I really don't think that makes any sense. So, um, yeah, there's that. I also don't like that they suspend the rule where on occasions. I get maybe if like the person's in a match or something, but like when they just randomly suspend the rule, it makes no sense. Like Shane McMahon's done it before for Elias, and if he's doing it for Elias, why doesn't he just suspend the rule until someone like legitimately beats Elias? That would have made sense, but whatever. And I do think they have to do like a little bit more creative things with it because if they kind of keep doing what they're doing, it will get stale. But we have to wait and see. But overall, I've enjoyed the 24/7 title so far, actually, which is kind of weird because I think like on July 7th, I was just enjoying it, and now I actually kind of like it. It's like one of my favorite things on either show. So there's that. Um, I should mention too. I forgot to mention how many people um, on each brand have been like the champion. So I don't know if it's gonna tell me that because it didn't. Um, I could definitely count it though. So there's been. I'm gonna have this written down next time. So for Raw, there's been one, two. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's been 7 Raw superstars have held this title, and for SmackDown, there's been 4 superstars have held this title, and for 205 Live, um, 3 superstars have held the title: NXT UK and NXT Zero, and for Legends, there's been um, 6 legends have held this title, and only 1 celebrity has held it. So I'll try to have that prepared more so, but I forgot to mention that. So that's pretty much everything about the history of the 24/7 Championship. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't know when I'm gonna have another one of these videos up. Um, maybe a little after Clash of Champions, because I can see um, the WWE having a lot of title changes on that show, because they're saying they're defending that title on that show. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so people watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more content and click on the bell, so that way every time I upload a video, you guys will get the notifications for it. And make sure you guys do the same thing for my CM Brothers and all the Talking to the YouTube channels. I got a lot of videos coming on there. And make sure you guys watch video 2000. I'm going to post the links to that in the description box down below. And that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.